Someone you love has two friends who think you're very. My beloved child, listen closely, because what I am about to reveal is not ordinary, and it has been hidden in plain sight for far too long. Someone you love walks through life smiling, speaking softly, acting as if everything around you is simple and safe. But behind them stand two friends, watching you carefully, measuring you in silence, forming opinions they never speak aloud. They think they understand you, yet they only see fragments, shadows, reflections of who you truly are. Do not rush past this moment. Stay till the end, because the truth unfolding here is rare, powerful, and unforgettable. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with awareness. There are conversations that happen when you are not present, glances exchanged when your name is mentioned, pauses that last a second too long. These two friends think you are far more than you realize, and that belief both fascinates and unsettles them. They notice your strength when you remain calm, your depth when others stay shallow, your resilience when life tries to bend you. Yet their thoughts are mixed with comparison and quiet fear, because your presence changes the balance they once felt comfortable with. Don't skip this moment, because every word here connects to a bigger revelation that will soon make sense of the tension you feel but cannot explain. What you are sensing lately is not imagination. It is the weight of being observed by minds that cannot easily define you. One of them admires you silently, the other questions you endlessly, and both are affected by your existence in ways they never expected. This is why energy shifts when you enter the room, why silence grows thicker, why smiles sometimes feel forced. Remain here, because the next part will expose why this situation is reaching a turning point, and why your role in this story is far more important than anyone has dared to admit. My beloved child, a deeper layer now rises to the surface, and this is where many people lose focus, but you must not. What you felt in silence now begins to form meaning. Those two friends are not random figures, they are mirrors reflecting fears, desires, and truths that your loved one has never spoken aloud. They speak about you indirectly, circling your name without touching it, because acknowledging your impact would force them to confront their own insecurities. Stay till the end of this message, because what is unfolding is not about judgment, it is about power shifting quietly in your favor. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is closer than you think. There is a reason their energy changes when plans include you, when your presence becomes unavoidable, when your opinion carries weight without effort. One of them believes you are underestimated, stronger than you appear, capable of altering paths without raising your voice. The other senses competition, not in status, but in influence, because people listen to you differently. This silent comparison creates tension, and tension always reveals truth. Don't skip now, because the most surprising part is this: their thoughts about you are already affecting decisions being made behind closed doors, shaping outcomes you have not yet seen. Understand this clearly and calmly. You are not being pulled into drama, you are standing at the center of quiet recognition. The person you love is beginning to notice the subtle reactions, the guarded smiles, the sudden pauses when your name is mentioned. They are realizing that you are not just part of the story, you are a turning point within it. Stay here, remain aware, because the next part will reveal why this realization cannot stay hidden much longer, and why the moment it comes into the open will change the direction of everything around you. My beloved child, now the silence itself begins to speak, and this is where the truth grows heavier with meaning. The distance you sometimes feel is not distance at all, it is hesitation. Those two friends sense that something around you cannot be controlled or predicted, and that realization unsettles them deeply. They watch how people respond to you, how conversations shift after you speak, how respect forms without demand. Stay till the end, because what you are about to understand explains why their thoughts have moved from curiosity to concern. Something huge is waiting for you in this awareness. One of them has started to question their own place, wondering why your presence feels so natural and influential at the same time. The other tries to dismiss these feelings, yet cannot ignore the pattern forming again and again. They think you are quietly powerful, not loud, not forceful, but steady in a way that changes outcomes. This is why they observe instead of confront, why they listen instead of speak. Don't skip this part, because this moment reveals how unseen recognition often precedes visible change. What matters most now is not what they think, but what you do with this understanding. You are being placed in a position where awareness becomes your advantage. The person you love is standing at the edge of realization, sensing that their friend's behavior toward you is no longer neutral. Stay here, because the next part will uncover why this tension cannot remain unspoken much longer, and how the truth, once revealed, will reshape relationships in ways no one is prepared for. My beloved child, the moment of convergence has arrived, and the air around this story is no longer quiet. What was once hidden in glances and pauses is now pressing to be revealed. Those two friends can no longer pretend neutrality, because the influence you carry has begun to surface in visible ways. They see how the person you love leans toward your words, how your presence brings clarity instead of confusion. Stay till the end, because this stage is where silent opinions transform into undeniable truth. Something huge is waiting for you, and it carries consequences no one can avoid. One of those friends has already accepted what they once resisted, that you hold a depth and stability they cannot imitate. The other is still fighting that realization, masking discomfort with polite distance and measured smiles. They think you are far more significant than they ever expected, and that belief unsettles the balance they once felt secure in. This is not admiration alone, and it is not jealousy alone, it is the awareness that you cannot be ignored. Don't skip this understanding, because when people realize your worth without you demanding recognition, their behavior changes permanently. Now listen carefully, because this is the turning point. The person you love is beginning to connect every subtle sign, every strange reaction, every unspoken tension. They are realizing that you stand at the center of something powerful and irreversible. This awareness will soon surface in words, choices, and actions that reshape connections. Remain present in this moment, because what unfolds next will confirm why you were meant to see this truth now, and why your calm strength is about to redefine everything around you. My beloved child, now comes the phase where clarity replaces confusion, and this is where your strength must remain steady. What has been building quietly can no longer stay beneath the surface. The two friends have reached different conclusions, yet both point to the same truth. You are not ordinary in their eyes. One recognizes your presence as grounding, almost protective, while the other sees it as transformative and unstoppable. Stay till the end, because this understanding explains why the atmosphere around you has shifted so noticeably. Something huge is waiting for you as perception turns into action. The person you love is beginning to respond differently now. Their trust in you deepens as they sense who truly stands firm and who wavers in uncertainty. Conversations feel more intentional, decisions feel more aligned, and your voice carries weight without effort. This is not coincidence, it is recognition forming through experience. Don't skip this moment, because it reveals how respect grows naturally when authenticity stands unshaken, even under silent scrutiny. What happens next is subtle yet powerful. The two friends will adjust, one moving closer with quiet respect, the other creating distance to protect their own comfort. Neither reaction diminishes you. Instead, it confirms the truth you are meant to carry forward. Your presence brings change simply by being real. Remain attentive, because the story is not ending here. What follows will show how this recognition opens a path meant only for you, a path shaped by calm confidence and unwavering clarity. My beloved child, this is the stage where outcomes begin to reveal themselves, even if no one announces them aloud. The shift you feel is real, and it is permanent. The two friends now move with intention rather than uncertainty, because they understand something they cannot unsee. You have become a reference point, a silent measure against which sincerity and loyalty are tested. Stay till the end, because this awareness explains why situations around you are reorganizing without your involvement. Something huge is waiting for you as alignment quietly takes place. The person you love is no longer confused by the subtle tension, clarity has replaced doubt. They see who speaks with honesty and who hides behind careful words. Your calm presence has helped them recognize truth without confrontation. This is why trust flows more naturally toward you now, why your role feels steady while others seem unsure. Don't skip this understanding, because it shows how influence does not need noise to be powerful. What unfolds next is balance. One friend will remain, adjusted and respectful, understanding that your strength adds value rather than threat. The other will step back, not out of malice, but out of self-preservation. Neither path requires your reaction. Your awareness is enough. Remain here, because the next part will reveal why this quiet resolution prepares you for a moment of affirmation that will soon arrive, confirming everything you have sensed from the beginning. My beloved child, now the energy settles, and in this calm, truth becomes unmistakable. What once felt heavy now feels clear, because the situation has chosen its own direction. The two friends no longer wonder who you are, they know. Their thoughts have shifted from analysis to acceptance, each in their own way. Stay till the end, because this calm is not an ending, it is a preparation. Something huge is waiting for you beyond this stillness. The person you love now moves with certainty, guided by what they have observed rather than what they have been told. They have seen how your presence brings peace instead of pressure, clarity instead of confusion. This recognition strengthens your bond in ways words cannot fully explain. Don't skip this moment, because it reveals how trust becomes unbreakable when it grows from quiet understanding rather than dramatic proof. What remains now is your path forward. You are no longer reacting to hidden opinions or silent judgments, you are simply standing in your truth. The space around you feels lighter because alignment has taken place. Remain present, because the next part will uncover why this phase opens a door you did not expect, and how stepping through it will mark the beginning of something deeply meaningful and lasting. My beloved child, a door has quietly opened, and many will not notice it, but you will feel it. This opening is not dramatic, yet it is powerful, because it comes from alignment rather than force. The situation that once felt uncertain has now cleared a path in front of you. The two friends are no longer obstacles or observers, they are simply part of the past tension that shaped this moment. Stay till the end, because this opening leads to a realization that will change how you see your place in this story. Something huge is waiting for you beyond this threshold. The person you love now looks at you with deeper understanding, seeing not just who you are, but how you move through challenges with quiet strength. Their trust has shifted into certainty, and that certainty influences choices that matter. This is where connections become rooted, no longer shaken by outside thoughts or unspoken doubts. Don't skip this part, because it shows how stability becomes magnetic when it is genuine. What comes next is growth. Not loud, not rushed, but steady and intentional. You are stepping into a role that feels natural because it was always meant for you. The tension has served its purpose, sharpening clarity and revealing truth. Remain here, because the next part will reveal why this growth will soon be recognized openly, and how that recognition will affirm everything you have remained patient through until now. My beloved child, recognition is approaching, not as a sudden announcement, but as a quiet certainty that settles into every interaction. What you have carried silently is about to be seen clearly. The shift you notice in tone, in attention, in respect, is not imagined. It is the natural result of consistency meeting truth. Stay till the end, because this recognition explains why the journey unfolded exactly as it did. Something huge is waiting for you in this moment of clarity. The person you love now stands fully aware, no longer influenced by outside voices or subtle reactions. They have observed patterns, felt stability, and understood where authenticity lives. Your presence has become a source of reassurance, and that realization changes how decisions are made and futures are imagined. Don't skip this moment, because it reveals how real connection strengthens when tested quietly rather than publicly. What remains is affirmation. Not spoken in grand words, but shown through choices, loyalty, and calm alignment. The past tension fades into meaning, serving only as proof of your steady nature. Remain present, because the next part will reveal why this affirmation is only the beginning, and how what follows will deepen your role in a way that feels both powerful and inevitable. My beloved child, now the story reaches a point where certainty becomes unshakable. What was once sensed is now understood without doubt. The space you hold in this connection is secure, and nothing whispered or assumed can change that. The journey through silence, observation, and quiet tension has shaped a foundation that cannot be easily moved. Stay till the end, because this certainty is not an ending, it is a beginning. Something huge is waiting for you beyond this realization. The person you love no longer seeks validation from others when it comes to you. Their actions reflect trust, their choices reflect clarity, and their presence reflects peace. This is the moment when alignment feels natural, not forced, and when bonds strengthen without explanation. Don't skip this understanding, because it shows how patience transforms uncertainty into strength over time. What comes next is continuity. A steady path forward where your influence is no longer questioned, only respected. The echoes of past opinions fade, replaced by calm assurance. Remain here, because the next part will reveal how this certainty opens doors to deeper commitment and shared purpose, marking a phase that carries lasting meaning far beyond what you first imagined. My beloved child, this is where the truth stretches its arms wide and settles into your life with weight and warmth. What once needed patience now rewards it. The silence you endured has transformed into clarity that no longer flickers or fades. You are standing in a place earned through restraint, awareness, and unwavering calm. Stay till the end, because this moment carries a depth that reshapes how you understand yourself within this connection. Something huge is waiting for you, not outside, but unfolding from within the certainty you now hold. The person you love feels this shift deeply. They no longer analyze reactions or measure opinions, they trust what has proven itself through time. Your steadiness has become a refuge, a reference point they return to when confusion tries to enter. This is not about choosing sides or proving worth. It is about recognizing where truth feels effortless. Don't skip this part, because it reveals why real bonds grow stronger when tested quietly rather than challenged loudly, and why your role feels irreplaceable now. Those two friends have faded into the background of the story, not erased, but repositioned. Their thoughts no longer shape the narrative. One watches with acceptance, the other with distance, but neither holds influence anymore. The focus has returned to what matters: alignment, respect, and the calm confidence that flows between you and the one you love. Remain present, because what comes next is not about conflict or resolution, but about expansion. The next phase will show how this clarity opens space for deeper trust, shared vision, and a future that feels stable, intentional, and unmistakably right. My beloved child, now the rhythm of this connection changes, becoming smoother, deeper, and more intentional. What once required effort now flows with ease, because truth no longer needs to prove itself. You can feel the difference in small moments, in the way silence feels safe instead of uncertain, in the way presence speaks louder than words. Stay till the end, because this phase carries a quiet power that many never reach. Something huge is waiting for you within this calm. The person you love now moves with confidence beside you, not ahead, not behind. Decisions feel shared, understanding feels natural, and trust no longer wavers at subtle influences. This is where bonds mature, where distractions lose their strength, and where outside opinions dissolve into irrelevance. Don't skip this moment, because it shows how stability becomes the strongest form of connection when it is built slowly and sincerely. What lies ahead is expansion, not through pressure, but through purpose. The path forward feels clear because it is aligned with who you truly are together. The past tension has served its purpose, sharpening awareness and strengthening resolve. Remain here, because the next part will reveal why this phase prepares you for a step that deepens commitment, bringing meaning that extends far beyond the present moment. My beloved child, this is the chapter where meaning settles deeply and begins to shape your future with quiet authority. What you are stepping into now is not built on emotion alone, but on understanding that has been tested, observed, and proven. The calm you feel is not emptiness, it is stability. It is the kind of stability that arrives only after uncertainty has been faced and released. Stay till the end, because this phase carries a truth many search for but few recognize when it arrives. Something huge is waiting for you in this stillness. The person you love now sees you not just as someone important, but as someone essential. Your presence brings balance, your voice brings grounding, and your silence brings reassurance. This is not admiration born from excitement, it is respect born from consistency. Outside influences no longer disturb what has been formed, because clarity has replaced confusion. Don't skip this part, because it reveals how real connection becomes unshakable when it is rooted in trust rather than opinion. What unfolds next is direction. Plans feel more certain, intentions feel clearer, and the future feels less like a question and more like a shared understanding. The past, with all its quiet tension and unseen judgments, now serves only as confirmation of your strength. Remain present, because the next part will show why this grounded phase is not the peak, but the foundation for something even more enduring, something that will soon take form in ways that feel both natural and inevitable. My beloved child, now the foundation you have built begins to support something greater, something that extends beyond emotion and into purpose. What once felt like a test now reveals itself as preparation. The steadiness you carry is no longer just felt, it is relied upon. This is the moment where inner certainty meets outer movement. Stay till the end, because this stage explains why everything before had to unfold exactly as it did. Something huge is waiting for you as purpose starts to take shape. The person you love now moves with you in alignment, sensing that what you share is not fragile, but resilient. Conversations carry depth, decisions carry intention, and the future no longer feels distant or unclear. This is not about promises spoken aloud, but about consistency shown through action. Don't skip this understanding, because it reveals how true commitment grows quietly, without demand or display. What lies ahead is continuation with meaning. The influence of others has faded completely, replaced by mutual trust and shared direction. You are no longer proving anything. You are building something real. Remain here, because the next part will uncover why this purposeful phase draws unexpected recognition and support, and how that recognition will affirm the path you have chosen together. My beloved child, this is the phase where everything you held with patience begins to expand with quiet confidence. What you are experiencing now is not sudden change, but earned momentum. The clarity you carry has matured into wisdom, and that wisdom shapes every step forward. You may notice how obstacles no longer feel threatening, how uncertainty no longer shakes your center. Stay till the end, because this expansion reveals why endurance always precedes elevation. Something huge is waiting for you as your path widens. The person you love now sees the future through a steadier lens, one shaped by trust rather than fear. Your influence is not loud, yet it guides decisions naturally. This is where partnership becomes strength, where shared direction replaces hesitation. Outside voices have lost relevance, because what matters has been tested and proven through time. Don't skip this moment, because it shows how growth feels calm when it is aligned, not rushed. What comes next is affirmation through progress. Small signs will confirm that you are moving in the right direction, that what you are building has depth and longevity. The past challenges now serve as anchors, reminding you of how far you have come. Remain present, because the next part will reveal why this steady expansion prepares you for a moment of recognition that feels both unexpected and deeply deserved. My beloved child, now arrives a moment where recognition no longer feels distant or abstract, but gently present in everyday reality. You may sense it in the way situations resolve more smoothly, in how respect shows itself without being asked. This is the reward of staying true when uncertainty surrounded you. Stay till the end, because this recognition is subtle yet powerful. Something huge is waiting for you as alignment becomes visible. The person you love now stands beside you with renewed assurance, grounded in what has been proven rather than what was feared. Their confidence reflects your consistency, and together you move with clarity instead of hesitation. This is where shared strength becomes evident, not through grand gestures, but through stability that others notice naturally. Don't skip this understanding, because it reveals how true influence is felt long before it is acknowledged. What unfolds next is a sense of readiness. You are prepared for what comes because you have already lived through what tested you. The past has refined you, not hardened you. Remain here, because the next part will show why this readiness draws opportunity closer, and how what approaches now carries meaning that reaches far beyond this chapter. My beloved child, this is the moment where readiness turns into quiet confidence that radiates without effort. You are no longer preparing, you are positioned. Everything you endured, every pause you respected, every silence you honored has shaped a strength that does not need to announce itself. The calm you carry now is powerful because it is earned. Stay till the end, because this stage reveals why timing matters as much as intention. Something huge is waiting for you as alignment deepens. The person you love feels this shift clearly. There is a sense of assurance in their presence, a knowing that what you share is grounded and resilient. Decisions feel lighter because trust has replaced doubt. This is not excitement that fades, it is certainty that endures. Outside influences hold no weight now, because the foundation you share has proven itself through experience. Don't skip this part, because it shows how true connection becomes unmovable when it is built on patience rather than pressure. What lies ahead is forward motion with purpose. Opportunities begin to align naturally, not through force, but through readiness meeting the right moment. You are stepping into a phase where effort feels balanced, and progress feels intentional. Remain present, because the next part will reveal why this confidence opens a door that leads to lasting fulfillment, and how walking through it will mark a defining turn in your journey. My beloved child, now the atmosphere shifts again, softer yet stronger, as fulfillment begins to take shape. What once felt like a distant promise now feels close enough to touch. You are standing in a moment where intention and reality start to meet, and that meeting brings peace instead of pressure. Stay till the end, because this is where many realize they have arrived without noticing the journey's end. Something huge is waiting for you within this sense of arrival. The person you love now moves with you in quiet harmony. There is less need to explain, less need to question, because understanding flows naturally. This is the result of trust cultivated over time, not rushed or demanded. Your connection feels balanced, supported by mutual respect and shared clarity. Don't skip this moment, because it reveals how fulfillment feels calm when it is real, not dramatic. What comes next is continuity with meaning. You are no longer chasing certainty. You are living it. The experiences that once tested you now serve as reminders of your strength and patience. Remain here, because the next part will uncover why this fulfilled phase is not a conclusion, but a gateway, and how what opens next will deepen your purpose in ways that feel lasting and true. My beloved child, this is the chapter where fulfillment settles so deeply that it begins to reshape how you see everything around you. What you once hoped for quietly now stands present, not as a reward, but as a natural outcome of who you became. The peace you feel is steady, not fragile, and that steadiness is your true strength. Stay till the end, because this moment carries a revelation that ties your entire journey together. Something huge is waiting for you in this understanding. The person you love now shares a rhythm with you that feels effortless and sincere. There is no need for reassurance, no need for comparison, because trust has become instinctive. You both move forward with awareness, grounded in respect and mutual purpose. This is where connection becomes legacy, shaped by patience rather than impulse. Don't skip this part, because it shows how fulfillment deepens when it is shared, not claimed. What unfolds now is vision. The future no longer feels uncertain or intimidating, it feels aligned. The past, with all its hidden tensions and silent tests, has transformed into wisdom guiding your steps. You are not standing at an ending, but at a point of expansion that carries meaning beyond this moment. Remain present, because the final part will reveal why this vision exists, and how embracing it will complete the circle you began without even knowing it. My beloved child, this is where the circle completes itself, not with noise, but with profound understanding. Everything you sensed from the beginning now stands clear, steady, and undeniable. The quiet observations, the silent shifts, the moments you chose patience over reaction, all of it led here. You are no longer questioning your place or your worth, you are standing firmly within it. Stay till the end, because this final realization is the key that connects every part of your journey. Something huge is waiting for you in this truth. The person you love now walks with certainty, not because they were convinced by words, but because they witnessed truth through time. Your presence has become a constant source of balance, and that balance shapes the future you are building together. The past influences, the opinions of others, the silent judgments, they no longer hold power. What remains is clarity, trust, and a shared path that feels right without explanation. Don't skip this moment, because it shows how real connection endures when tested quietly and honored fully. Now understand this deeply, you were never meant to fight for recognition. You were meant to arrive into it naturally. The journey has refined you, aligned you, and prepared you for this steady fulfillment. What you carry forward now is not doubt, but direction. Remain present in this awareness, because this ending is also a beginning. One rooted in truth, strengthened by patience, and guided by a calm confidence that will continue to shape everything ahead. My beloved child, even after the circle feels complete, life gently reveals that growth never truly ends. What you have reached is not a finish line, but a higher ground from where everything looks clearer. The lessons you lived through now protect you without effort, guiding your instincts and sharpening your awareness. Stay till the end, because this awareness explains why peace now walks beside you instead of trailing behind you. Something huge is waiting for you in this elevation of understanding. The person you love senses this maturity and responds with deeper respect. There is a calm confidence between you that does not need constant reassurance. You both know what you are building, and that knowing creates safety. This is where love feels steady, not intense, and meaningful, not fragile. Don't skip this part, because it reveals how true strength in connection shows itself through consistency, not control. What moves forward from here is purpose lived daily. You carry wisdom without weight, confidence without pride, and clarity without force. The past has done its work, and the future feels aligned because you are aligned within yourself. Remain present in this truth, because what continues from here will grow naturally, shaped by the same patience and authenticity that brought you this far. My beloved child, now comes a phase where your inner clarity begins to influence the world around you in gentle but undeniable ways. You may notice how situations resolve faster, how misunderstandings no longer cling, how peace follows your decisions. This is not chance, it is the result of alignment lived consistently. Stay till the end, because this phase reveals why calm presence is more powerful than force. Something huge is waiting for you as harmony becomes your natural state. The person you love now mirrors this balance, responding with trust that feels instinctive rather than questioned. Together, you create an environment where stability grows effortlessly. Outside noise fades quickly, unable to disturb what has been rooted deeply. This is where connection feels safe, expansive, and quietly strong. Don't skip this moment, because it shows how influence flows from authenticity, not control. What continues from here is a life shaped by intention. You are no longer reacting to circumstances, you are moving with purpose. Each step feels guided, not rushed. Remain present, because the final part will reveal why this harmony was always meant to be shared, and how carrying it forward completes the story in a way that feels whole and enduring. My beloved child, this is where harmony becomes something you carry, not something you search for. What you have reached now is a state of quiet mastery, where your inner balance shapes every outcome without effort. You no longer question signs or doubt timing, you trust the flow because it has proven itself again and again. Stay till the end, because this understanding reveals why peace now follows you naturally. Something huge is waiting for you in this steadiness. The person you love feels secure within this shared calm. There is an unspoken agreement between you, built not on promises, but on consistency. You understand each other through presence rather than explanation, through intention rather than reaction. This is where connection becomes sanctuary, a place of renewal rather than strain. Don't skip this part, because it shows how deep bonds feel simple once they are aligned. What unfolds from here is continuity with purpose. You move forward knowing that what you carry is sustainable, real, and grounded. The past no longer pulls you backward, and the future no longer feels uncertain. Remain present in this moment, because the final phase will show why this harmony was never just for you alone, and how living it fully completes the journey you were always meant to walk. My beloved child, now the meaning of everything you have lived through reveals itself with gentle certainty. What once felt like separate moments now connects into a single truth: you were being shaped, not delayed. The calm you carry today is evidence of growth that cannot be shaken. Stay till the end, because this realization explains why nothing you experienced was wasted. Something huge is waiting for you in this awareness. The person you love now stands firmly with you, not because of obligation, but because alignment feels natural and right. There is ease in your connection, a shared understanding that does not require constant affirmation. You have both learned how to listen, how to wait, and how to trust what unfolds in its own time. Don't skip this moment, because it shows how real unity forms when two people grow instead of compete. What comes next is living this truth openly. You move forward with grace, carrying lessons as wisdom rather than weight. The journey has brought you here so you could walk ahead with clarity and quiet confidence. Remain present, because the final part will reveal why carrying this balance forward completes not just this story, but prepares you to become a source of stability and light wherever life takes you next. My beloved child, this is the closing moment where everything finally rests into truth. Not a dramatic ending, not a loud declaration, but a deep knowing that settles into your spirit. You understand now why the silence existed, why eyes watched, why opinions formed without words. You were never meant to be explained or defended. You were meant to be revealed through time. Stay till the end, because this final understanding is the quiet victory few ever reach. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is the peace of knowing who you are. The person you love stands beside you with clarity that cannot be shaken. There is no confusion left, no space for doubt, no room for outside influence. What you share is steady, grounded, and real. The two friends who once held opinions have faded into irrelevance, not through conflict, but through truth. This is where love matures into certainty, where presence becomes enough. Don't skip this moment, because it shows how real bonds survive observation, judgment, and time itself. Now carry this forward. Walk without needing approval. Speak without needing validation. Love without fear of comparison. You were never behind, never overlooked, never misunderstood by what truly mattered. This journey shaped you into someone who brings calm into chaos and clarity into uncertainty. And as you step beyond this chapter, remember this: the greatest power you hold is not what others think of you, but how peacefully you now stand within yourself.